What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the FIFA 19 Manager Road to Glory with your Columbus crew here on the World of Juice channel, baby! That's what I'm talking about. We're back with another video, and this one's going to be hopefully a little bit longer because last episode I had to cut it short because I had to go do something that I didn't know I was going to have to do, but hopefully now I won't have to do that, and so we'll be back right now with another video. So we're back with the crew on FIFA 19 Manager Road to Glory, which is still called Manager Road to Glory until we lose MLS Cup again this season. If we do, we've started out fantastically this season, way better than the other two seasons. We started out unbelievably well. We have not lost yet. We've drawn twice, I think against Atlanta and against DC. We drew those two games. But the rest we've won, and by a lot, in all those games. So I don't want to jinx anything right now because we're only halfway through the season. And we got Toronto and I think a couple other tough games coming up. Orlando's not that tough. Atlanta's pretty tough, but that's only in the U.S. Open Cup. But then we do have Atlanta later in August, so we got a few tough games later on at the end of the season to close things out, so it might be a little bit tough, but hopefully we can get the job done and finish with the unanimous #1 seed. If you guys are excited like I am, remember, smash! I said, I didn't say hit, I didn't say tap, I said smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for more and turn on notifications so you never miss when I upload any of these videos or any of my other videos that I do on the channel. I've got some live streams hopefully coming soon, maybe, possibly some Fortnite live streams, hopefully, and so you guys don't want to miss those, so you guys got to hit that notification bell so you make sure that you get, that YouTube notifies you when I do a live stream or upload any of these videos. And let's get into the first simulation of the episode against Toronto FC, a hated rival, not as much as United, but still pretty hated rival. And Chelsea's artist already puts us up 1-0 with a goal in the 3rd minute. Absolute domination from this team. I don't think I could have built a better team in MLS than the team that I have right now. I don't know why we keep choking in the finals, the conference finals. It's very frustrating. They do bring it back level in the 75th, but Jonathan Amon, in the 84th minute, gets us the winner. 2-1 against Toronto. Whew, that was close. I thought we were going to draw our 3rd game of the season there. And Milton Valenzuela is back. Sorry, Lars Lucas Mai. Didn't mean not to start you, but we kind of needed those 3 points there. It was a big 3 points we got there. And obviously, I'm only training Sanchez, Renato Sanchez. I'm only training him until Mason Greenwood gets back from injury. I can't remember how long he's out, but I don't think he's out that long. I don't care about that. Lars Lucas Mai they want to bring him in on loan. Chelsea does. I'm going to reject that. I'd like to home grow him. I want him to grow and become a star in Columbus, not over in England. I didn't bring him over from Germany just to loan him away to England. And a transfer offer from Cameron Carter-Vickers. That could be very promising. We could get a lot for him, actually. Valencia is going in for him, so if we transfer Cameron Carter-Vickers, we could bring in possibly 2 more center backs that are of quality. I'm going to negotiate this because Carter-Vickers was never the #1 solution to my center back problem. He was always a fill-in until Lucas Mai, until he developed into what he's hopefully going to become. So maybe if we can dump him for early value, like 32 million, is that possible? 29. Okay, so they want to play with the big money. 30.5, is that a thing? Oh man, 30.5 for a guy who's valued at 16. That is crazy. Okay, so if we even lose like 5 million on that, we'll still get 25.5, and that's going to help us a lot with bringing in some new guys in the January transfer window. And a transfer offer for How, that is an interesting one. 10 million? I could probably get a little bit more. I definitely want to dump him because I don't really use him that much. He only starts when he needs to fill in for a wingback that gets suspended or something. So if I could get anything for him, let's try 12. Could I get 12 for him? 11.2. How about I remove the sell-on clause, but I add 11? No, I add 12. Boom! We are just raking in the cash. Raking in the cash on these players that I don't really need. So if we do end up bringing that, that would be big. Especially that Carter Vickers transfer. That would be huge to the budget. We definitely need that one. We could definitely bring in some quality center backs and left backs and right backs and whatever else we need. But now we got Orlando, who we usually dominate. So this shouldn't be much of a struggle to get any goals against them. Renato Sanchez with the goal in the 24th minute. Anything else? Jonathan Amon with a goal in the 53rd, but they do pull one back, 2-1. They're not out of it yet. They are not out of it yet. And now they are. We win 2-1, our second 2-1 victory of the night. Or I guess of the day, because I'm recording in the daytime. So, so of the episode, I should have said. Another big training session. That was a very good training session. Nothing lower than a B. I like it. What's this? We're not on track. I don't know. I feel like we are on track because I think this is the best team that I've ever had on FIFA that I've built with a budget like this. Okay, both those guys are sold. That's big. Press conference. So we get 8.6 for Enhow, and we get 24 for Carter Vickers. And Mason Greenwood is back from injury. So that is huge. Now I've got to adjust. Carter Vickers is gone. I don't want to train Greenwood yet because he's still kind of injured. So I don't want him to get like a training injury or something. So I'm just going to train Saloy just for the time being until Greenwood gets back fully 100%. Because I don't need him getting injured. He's my future. Now we have $50 million to spend on some backups, which is more than enough to spend. After I adjust the budget, we have 43. So we have $43 million to spend on backup defensive players. So some backup center backs, some backup left and right backs, anything really, anything that I desire with this money. Where was the... I don't think I can get the Zlatan regen yet. Kyle Duncan would be nice, but he doesn't really cost much. He's 22, 67 overall. He wouldn't be... Well, he'd just be a waste of space, honestly. We need somebody in the 70s or the potential to grow higher than that. Juan Miranda. I'm going to go in for Juan Miranda. He's not very much, and he would be a perfect backup. We could train him. Columbus is dealing with Barcelona now. We've really made it. Let's go with 3.5 to start out with. See what they think about that. They'll take it. Easy. 3.5 for Juan Miranda. Let's negotiate, bring him in. He's only 21 and he's already a 71 overall. So, or he's only 20 and he's only a 71 overall. I don't know if I said that. I feel like I said 21. I don't know. But let's bring him in as a prospect. See if he wants that. He wants rotation. Can you give sporadic? I will give you rotation. Okay. I'm going to have to give him rotation. That's okay. 4 years. Will you take 5? I want to give you 5. That's even better. Yes. Okay. Disregard the release clause. He wants a release clause. I don't want to give you a release clause, so. He's making a lot of money for a 20-year-old, so. And especially for an MLS player, so. Let's drop that to 47. But I will give you a $400,000 signing bonus. Yes, we bring in a fantastic backup left back. I'm very happy with that. Okay, now who else could we bring in? Who else is feeling? You're 23. And he's on a pre-contract. We could get him on a pre-contract. You know what? That'd be easy. He's valued. We'd have to pay like $6-7 million for him. We could get him on a pre-contract for cheap. That would be fantastic. And we wouldn't need him until the next season. So I'll accept rotation. You can be rotation. You can play left mid too. So I'll give you a 4-year contract. He accepts that. Disregard the release clause. You want 7.4 million. You know what? Since he's only on... No, I'm gonna deny release because I don't want anybody to have release clauses. Okay, he wants 6,000. I'm gonna remove the bonus, but I'll accept that. 6.4. Okay. That's really cheap. We got this man on a deal. But he's not gonna be coming in until next season though, so. What other defensive players could I bring in for the cheap? I still kind of want to bring in Marcus Edwards, but I don't know if it's worth it or not. I kind of want guys that can play all around. I want guys that I can move around, put in different positions, like this guy, but he's too expensive. You're just a regen, I think, of somebody. I can't remember who. I don't know who would have retired, but... Brooks Lennon. Do I want to bring in Brooks Lennon? Because he can do a lot of stuff. This is tricky. I don't know what I want to do with that money. I could go and spend a lot of it on like one player, but do I really want to do that? Do I really want to spend it on... Oh, here's the... Is that the Zlatan regen? No, it's somebody's regen. That's the Zlatan regen right there. There he is. Tahith Chong. This guy can do a lot of stuff. He's 23. Kevin Sonny can play cam and left mid. 70 overall at 22. It's... I don't know. That's not enough. He's got to be higher than that. If you're already 22. Weston McKennie can do a lot. And we'd have to pay 22.8 to bring him in right away. I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's go at defense, center backs, nobody older than 22 and nobody younger than 18 in the Premier League. If I could get there. There we go. What do we got? I will put him on there. I need some more options, really. Reese Oxford. He's a decent player, that's for sure. I saw him play. Okay, nobody else in the Premier League, but maybe in the Championship. Anybody in the Championship? How about in Ligue 1? Ligue 1. Rocky Bashiri. Ooh. I'm not seeing anybody that I like is really eye-popping to me that I'd want to bring in. He's got great potential. He's 6'4" center back. That's amazing. He would dominate in the MLS. I mean, I'll put him in there. He's not gonna. He's too much, but I'll put Matthias de Ligt in there. You know what? I've been seeing this guy around. I want to see what his stuff looks like. Don't cut that up. I don't want to see that guy. Get your minds out of the gutter. Get your minds out of the gutter. I want to see his ratings. Maybe if I go back to the Premier League and I raise the 21 to 28. Lalas Abubakar. Is there anybody on here that's established that I could bring in that on the cheap? I'll put Phil Jones on there. Anybody else established with a good overall that I could bring in? How about Fabian Schär? I do like Davison Sanchez. Not really anybody else that I like. Okay, I'm going to go with that. I don't want to bore you guys on that kind of stuff, so I'm going to wait on scouting reports on all those players that I just did. And then we're going to simulate the quarterfinals of the U.S. Open Cup, which we are probably going to lose because because it is Atlanta. But let's see how bad we lose. We take a 1-0 lead, but we've done that in the past. That doesn't mean anything. They get a yellow card, okay. Another yellow card. And we get a brace for Soloy. We win. We beat Atlanta United 2-0 in the semifinals of the U.S. Open Cup. If we do make the finals of the U.S. Open Cup, I will play. I will play all finals of championship games. So that means I'll play MLS Cup, obviously. U.S. Open Cup. I will play if we move on and we win, like if we go to the Premier League, we play in the Premier League Championship game. Obviously, I'll do that. Or if we make the Champions League, obviously I'll do that. So like all the major championships. If we do go to the Premier League, like I'll play. I don't know. I probably won't play the Carabao Cup, but I'll play all the other trophy games that they have there. So if we make it, but that's if we win MLS Cup, and that's still not decided at all. So we still got a while before that. But I was just telling you my plan. So Jossy Zardes with a goal in the 19th minute. They do bring one back, but then we get a second goal. And they're playing with 10 men. They got a guy sent off, Acosta. 3-1 now, thanks to Diop. And then Saloy gets a goal again. He is just absolutely crushing it this year. He's picked up the slack from Jossie, who's done nothing. I mean, I shouldn't say that. He's done pretty well, but not as good as he did last season. So because of what he did last season, it's kind of a letdown. It's kind of a letdown for what he's doing this season, but still, it doesn't matter when you got Saloy knocking goals in left and right. Let's check. I'll check the goals amount of goals that he has after we get through this game in the semifinals of the U.S. Open Cup against LAFC. They're coming to Columbus. The expansion team is coming to Columbus. And Saloy again gets a goal. So between MLS league season and all other competitions, he's absolutely killed it. He's got a brace in this game. And Renato Sanchez does pick up a yellow card, so that sucks. But Jossie Zardes gets his first goal, but our third goal, and we are going to the finals. So it looks like I'm going to be playing the U.S. Open Cup finals. Hopefully I can win that. I don't know if I want to play it with my track. I don't know if I want to play it with my track record. A transfer offer for Will Trapp. He is my captain. I am not letting my captain out of my sight until I actually leave. So he's staying right here. Now we got the game against New England, who is 5th in the standings right now, so they're not doing too bad. They're currently in the playoffs. Let's see, anything happening? Just a yellow card. Nothing happening for the first 45 minutes. Substitutions coming on. Saloy gets a... Who else? Saloy gets a goal in the 54th and then picks up a yellow card 2 minutes later. And we win 1-0. So we add another 3 points onto our score in the table. 71 points through 25 games. Actual domination right here. Actual domination. And now, I almost forgot, I can bring Mason Greenwood back because he's probably... No, that's team sheets. Didn't want to do that. He's probably all better now. So, Jonathan Amon can come off for Robinho, and then Greenwood can go right in there. And Miranda, you can fill in for Francis. I definitely need some depth. I don't have very much depth. I just realized I've let everybody go. So Mason Greenwood can go back there. Okay, let's save that. And now I want to check, I want to remember, before I forget, I want to check how many goals he has. 20 goals, and then Diop is the next with 12. Saloy has 20 goals. He's on pace to break Giossi's of 26, so... A loan offer for Opoku. Edward Opoku. I'm going to reject that only because I need depth. I'm running low on depth, so I can't... Okay, I got all the scouting reports back on all of these guys. I will look at them another time. I don't want to... I've already done a lot of... like scouting and that kind of transfer stuff. I don't want to do any more of that in this video, so I might as well keep going on that. How many games do we have left? Because I don't want to be wrong and say that he's on pace. Okay, he's definitely, okay, so I was right. He's definitely on pace to get 26 goals in the season. He can definitely do that. And he can break that too. Because we still have 2 months left to go in the season. Now we're going up against New York City FC. I can't believe I've already done 2.5 seasons. That's crazy. Rocha gets a goal for New York City. We're down 1-0. And Miranda, the transfer that we just brought in, the young 20-year-old, gets a goal to tie it and get us the tie. That was close. We almost lost our first game of the season. Okay, now I want to bring Greenwood back into training now that he's fully healthy. He's a 72 overall now. If we do end up staying, then he's going to be the future, that's for sure. We'll build around him. We will build around him, and we will build around Saloy. We've got a young core here, a young dominant core. We can let Justin Miram go, and we can let all the older players go. But those guys are gonna stay put for sure. Okay, we got some players leaving on international duty. Feyenoord is coming in on Jonathan Amon. I'm going to reject that. I didn't bring in Jonathan Amon just to get rid of him. I know that's what Dave Gettleman said about Odell Beckham Jr., but I'm actually telling the truth this time. I want to keep Jonathan Amon because he's a good backup piece to play, especially when Mason Greenwood goes down, because he is injury prone, I found out. So, Gonzalez Perez gets a goal in the 7th minute to put Atlanta up 1-0 against us. But Saloy gets his 21st goal of the season and ties at 1-1, and then gets a brace in the 53rd for his 22nd goal of the season. Can he get the hat trick here later on in the game? We're up 2-1, and we close it out 2-1 against Atlanta. So, in this episode, we were 2-0 against Atlanta. That's awesome. And we just keep putting on padding the stats, padding the points in the table. Looks like a third year straight of undisputed #1 seed in the playoffs. And that is going to be the end of the episode here for today, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm going to go through those scouting reports, and I'm going to decide who I want to bring in, because we have $39 million to spend, and I want to bring in some depth. I want to bring in another center back, maybe another wing player, and definitely some more like midfield players. So I'm going to bring in some players next episode. On the end of the window. So make sure you guys tune in for that. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss it. And subscribe to the channel for more. Thanks, guys. And I'll see you guys next time. See ya!